Hi everyone, we're back with another episode just to give you a bit of an insight and update to what we've been up to. So over to you guys.
Hey guys.
Hi everyone.
Hello. So we're just gonna delve right in.
Yes.
I'm gonna introduce the founders of Dipped in Creativity.
Mm-hmm. Woo! Don't go wild, man. Yeah, we're real. There's people behind us.
In fact, you guys are gonna introduce yourselves. So who are we starting with?
Me. Yeah. So yeah, I'm one of the founders at Dice, and I guess I lead on like the youth engagement side of things. So thinking about what activities we can do with young people, but also making sure that young people are the main part of what we're doing at Dice. And then also I think about our partnerships. So who can we work with? Who can we what other organisations or businesses we can connect with to give young people more of more opportunities.
Nice. And thank you for your hard work. Like, you do great stuff.
You do.
And then myself, I'm one of the co-founders too. My role is I am the program manager and events producer. So fun fact, at Dice, I kind of created a role based on what I actually like to do. So I lead on like the programs. We run 2 youth intervention programs at Dice, which are aimed at young people who are not engaging in youth activities or who don't have access to opportunities. And then we also host community events. So it's a good way for us to kind of bring people together, let people know what we're doing, but then also get young people and community members involved through different ways. So yeah, a bit of planning, organising, and then talking, which I like to do.
Brilliant. So I'd like to know, how did Dice start?
Yes, so
Who's gonna tell us?
I'll kind of share my story. So yes, Dice started in 2019. Me and Lee was like 21. At the time, I was working for a company and I was kind of like doing employment advising and just helping other young adults to get into work and really figure out what they wanted to do. And then I think I'd done it for like 2 years. I really enjoyed it, and I found that I was good at helping people to really understand their own value and their own worth and looking at how they can upskill to actually get into a career of their choice. So done that for 2 years, as I said, and then one day me and Aaliyah, unfortunately something happened in our life. We lost our dad, and we was at a point where we was like, okay, right, what are we actually doing in terms of like work, careers, and like everything? And we wanted to put our energy into something positive. So it was like, okay, right, let's create this service for the community and see what we can kind of do. So we literally started off by volunteering our time, giving people like employment advice, CV support, access to opportunities, just because me and Aaliyah were still in working for employers where that was kind of the focus. And then we kind of just started this voluntary service, meeting people in coffee shops, taking them to interviews. But that's how we kind of started.
Yeah.
What's your version?
So my version is like Kiani said, it was from the passion of our heart, and I think when we look back at it, when we was younger, but when I was younger, we had a coach basically. So we was labelled to kind of be at risk of a lot of the stuff that we ain't now basically. And I feel like because we had our coach, he was someone that was so different, someone we never met before. I remember when he came into my school and he was like, yeah, I'm here to be your coach. I'm like, what's a coach? I'm like, I don't do sports. He's like, yeah, no, I'm here to be your coach, but he's like, I'm going to help you to transition from school into employment. So he was there for like a long-term journey. And I think as we got older, I realised that we're really good at like engaging with young people, but what are we going to do with them? And I wanted to give them the same experience that I had, which was having like a coach, or as I call it, a cheerleader, someone who motivates you to keep going even when things don't make sense. So yeah, shout out to my coach Shelley. And
Shelley.
Yeah, shout out to Shell. And then I think another part of Dice was before COVID, we was doing a lot of career support, but then when COVID came about, obviously life changed. So we thought about how can we contribute to what's happening at the moment, and we basically decided to focus a lot on mental health and well-being, and that's from my own lived experience of struggling with my mental health, but also being an advocate for mental health. So we wanted to create a space where young people can be themselves, and then once they feel like they're in a space where they're supported, they're heard, they're understood, we then signpost them to different organisations or businesses that can help them to progress. So I think it's just using our lived experience and everything that we've known, and we took it into the community, and it's always been exciting for us because we didn't know where it was going to go. We didn't even know it was an organisation when we first started it, but because of everywhere that we've taken it, it's all aligned into something that we want to continue to do basically. So yeah.
You said that well. That was really good.
Very.
Yeah.
Beautiful. So next, how did we come together? So that includes myself as a director, of the board.
I would give a little something,
Yeah.
and then you can give a little insight. So, how did we come together? How did we find, not find you, but how did we find you as a director? And I think one of my main memories is when you came onto the Big Sister program.
Yeah.
So I remember when we did the Big Sister program, we was looking for mentors, mentors that could relate with the young females that were coming onto the program. And you came on board. You was someone, when I look at it, like out of a few of the mentors, you really went over and beyond within your role. And I think when you first started, I don't know if I'm right or wrong, but I don't think you saw yourself working with young people.
Right.
But
You're right. I ain't
There
got
we go.
patience. I didn't think I had patience anyway.
there we go. But you was able to mentor the young people and like kind of give them the advice and guidance. So once the program had ended, we was thinking what we were going to be doing, and we just realized that I think we did another program that you was a mentor for, and then once that came to an end, we kind of saw the potential that there was room for you to stay involved in DICE, like you naturally believe in what we're doing, and we had a conversation around how you could come on board as a director because you're studying events. Well, you're going into uni. So you're going into uni to study events, and we just feel like with the vision of where we want to take DICE long term, especially around again access into the events industry, you would be a good person to be a part of the journey.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
And my memory of you coming, of us coming together. So I'm going to take us like way back. So as I said, I was an employment advisor, and at the time, Sheree was one of my clients or participants, as they call it. So I was working on a program, and I had the pleasure of working with her. But before that, I actually know Sheree through my cousin. So when we was like probably in secondary school, we used to like hang out together, and then like we would see her, and it was just like really good energy. And then we disappeared, and then we came back again. So I think it's like we were introduced to each other in a very informal way. Then I became your employment advisor, which is quite formal. And then you came on board for the Big Sister project, which was amazing. I think at that point, I was shocked the quality of mentorship that you provided, and you were just really so committed. And I think that's what drew us to you. It was all voluntary. You showed up. You were just willing to get involved regardless. And even like the young people immediately connected with you. And one thing I also admire, you come from quite a big family. So despite your own background and things and everything, you showed up, you took on mentees, and you were just involved. So I think, it just ticked the boxes. And as Aaliyah said, there was a point where you were just around so much, and we were looking for somebody to really focus on the event side of things at DICE. You love events. It's your background, she's going to be doing some great things in the future. But I think it made sense to like take you from that volunteer role to actually sitting alongside us and helping us to grow DICE to that next stage. So now we are a team of young black female directors, and we look forward to growing DICE and really strengthening our community and inspiring other young people to do something similar or even better in the future.
And I think I wanted to add, I guess with Sheree's journey of how she got involved in DICE, I guess that was just like a little insight for others that might want to get involved. Because I think something that we said, whether it's like young people or young adults or professionals, we like to connect with people and understand what do they want to do, what's happening for them at the moment, what are your goals, where do you want to go, and then that allows us to welcome you into DICE and be a part of our vision, our mission, but also think about like your development and where you want to go.
It's like Noah's Ark, isn't it? Like there's bare people in it doing different things, obviously, but all going in the same direction and everyone adds value. I love that.
That's where the name DICE Crew members come from. It's all around everyone being on the team. So we're a big team, but everyone's got different departments, but we all come together.
That's how it should work as a team. So I just wanted to give my quick like input onto me getting involved with DICE. So obviously you guys know how we've met and stuff like that, and how we came together. When I remember seeing the advertisement for the Big Sis program, and I was like, "Ooh, lovely! I'm gonna do this. I think I'm quite a good big sister. I'm the oldest as well, so it's like, I can be a big sis." And then just being a part of the program, it was just like it was so natural. I didn't feel like I was having to do anything but be present, which
Yeah.
is why I always showed up, because you literally just needed to show up and the rest just flowed.
Yeah.
So it was just a nice and easy space to be in as well. Like, there was no pressure. And you guys, of course, as the founders, you guys created the safe space as well, whether we had prior experience or not. Like,
Yeah.
I couldn't have felt as comfortable as I did without that the way you guys created the space. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's why I always showed up anyway. And when you guys asked me to be a director, I remember having to go to Google and be like, what is a board director? Like, I had to check Google. And I was like, whoop, whoop.
That's me.
So I had to check Google first, and
Yeah.
then I was like, yeah, I'm doing it. Like, I'm so committed to Dice. Like, I know, like, I'm here with you guys. I know I'm not a founder, but I'm here with you guys for sure. So yeah, I want to thank you guys as well for just creating that space where I could feel like I could be a part of it, and then also seeing the growth within myself since being with Dice as well. It's really lovely to see the young people and see their progress, but I've also been able to see mine, and it's positive. So it's not just about the young people as well; it's about what you guys do for the peer group as well.
Big up us.
Love.
Yeah, that's
Big up
good.
you
That's
guys.
nice reflections.
Right. So moving on. Can you guys share some stuff about like what Dice is up to? What is Dice doing?
What do you do?
What's going on?
What are you
Tell the
cooking?
people what's
Yes.
cooking in the kitchen.
What's
going
happening?
on?
Right, so Dice has been going for the past 5 years. As I said, we started when we was 21, little baby cakes, and like we meant well, and I think it was the best thing we ever done because we spent time really testing ideas and trying to understand like where do we fit in and what are our strengths, because there's some great organizations who are working with young people and supporting them, and we wanted to make sure that we don't duplicate it but add value to that. So at the moment, what Dice does is we are a youth engagement service, and we're also an agency developing on the side. We run 2 youth intervention programs. So youth intervention programs mean that we work with young people who will benefit from some form of intervention because maybe they're being kicked out of school, they're not employed at the moment, they're having mental health challenges, and they really would benefit from having some intervention to get back on track. So we got our 2 programs, which I've designed them both, haven't I, Aaliyah? And Aaliyah's kind of been working behind the scenes. So fun fact about us, Aaliyah's the innovator, and I'm kind of like the nerd who sits there kind of bringing it together. And then you're the organizer.
There's a
So
balance.
together it comes.
Perfect team.
But we have the 2 programs, as I said, one aimed at young females who are aged 13 to 18. And then we have another program which is called the Bringing Us Back. And that's an event production program. And it's a traineeship. So for those people who maybe are like freelancing, they're unemployed, and they're really looking to kind of upskill themselves to dive into the creative industry. And then outside of that, we also work with organizations and professionals and businesses who are looking to either hire young people or young adults, and making sure they do that properly, and making sure that they actually have training and development processes in place to make sure that young people actually thrive in those workplaces. And then we also do a bit of training. So we're kind of like doing a bit of everything, but also making sure that it's impactful. But yeah, that's my interpretation of what we do at Dice. Aaliyah, how would you wrap it up?
I guess we do actually have like a long-term vision of what we want to do. So it's all around progressing young people into destinations of their choice. And I guess that's where all the stuff Kiani spoke about comes into it. So the mentoring, that's making sure that young females have access to older females so that they can focus on their personal development. But once you've overcome that, then you can think about your career goals or your personal goals. Same thing with the events producing program. We co-produce events with young people, and then that allows us to do the events that we do in the community. That's really well. But instead of us just kind of putting on random events, we'll co-produce it with our community, basically, which is like the Dice Crew members and some of the alumni. Currently, we're going through a rebrand and a rephrase. We've been doing this for quite a while now, and I think this process is really exciting because we're working with like our team to develop our ideas. A lot of people believe in what we're trying to do at Dice, but maybe it's not always communicated clearly. So we've been working behind the scenes to basically make that clear and package what we're doing, so that when we come back in September, that everything's just smooth sailing. So yeah, watch this space.
We're back outside, okay?
Yeah.
We're inside for now, summer. You'll enjoy yourself, but we're back. Yeah.
There we go.
Brilliant. How can people get involved with Dice?
I have a website, so if there's any like professionals or if young people want to sign up to get to know more about Dice, you can go on our website. We have our Instagram, so you can also contact us on that. And I think the last thing I would say is for more of the young people is that we will be doing some kind of get to know more about Dice, like a drop-in session. So when we plan to do that, we'll communicate it, and everyone's welcome basically. Because we have a vision to welcome people more into our community, and we have different like names and stuff. So watch this space again.
So in a nutshell, we call it champions. So if people do want to get involved with Dice, so you can become a champion. What does that look like? It looks like coming to our events, our workshops, accessing things and all the opportunities that we have, like from co-working spaces to podcast spaces, and just really making sure that you have a community where you feel like you are being supported and that you can also ask for things, because we live in London and London is accessible. There's so much things happening, but sometimes it's just like, how do you get it? So you can become a Dice champion, and that means you can join the community. We have got like a WhatsApp group which people can also find out about monthly opportunities. And if you do want to become a Dice Crew member, you have to go through one of our 2 youth intervention programs. So we will be rolling out a program hopefully at some point this year. Kind of watch the space. If not, just stick around and become a champion. And as I said, you always be involved in some way, shape or form. So guys, we're going to wrap up. I'm not sure at what point you're watching this, whether it's your breakfast, lunch or dinner. But it's been really good, guys. Thank you for coming down.
Thank you, guys.
I think we should do this more often, have a conversation. And we'll be back. Hopefully we'll be able to bring some of our members on board. To kind of share what they do.
Good.
Let's see what the viewers want to hear from Dice, and kind of we'll go away and we'll be back. But
have a good evening. Have a good night.
Check out.
See you later.